Okay, so yeah, hi. First of all, I'm a fan. I've watched your channel since you had like 25,000 subs. So I'm just like, yeah, it's like ever since you've started blowing up, I was like, nah, he's not going to do the interview. But yeah, so thank you so much for like even just doing the interview. First question, why did you start doing the YouTube channel and stuff?
Um, that's a good question. I mean, so I started doing the YouTube channel. It was always something that like YouTube has been around. Like I grew up with YouTube.
Yeah.
The first YouTuber I watched, Matt3756, he did like an arcade channel. And he did the claw machine. I love that. And my sister, I remember, always talked about wanting to do YouTube, and she was the one who thought, oh yeah, maybe she'll do that. But then basically what happened is around 2018, around December 28th, actually, I had a video of my cousin of him stepping on a Jar Jar Binks. And I thought, you know what? Why not? Let me just upload this. I want to see what happens. And that's actually, I'm reading a book now about YouTube. It's called Like, Comment, Subscribe. And then this was the initial purpose of YouTube. It wasn't like to make, like, it wasn't supposed to be TV, but it was supposed to be like, oh, look, I post my funny, family videos or whatever. So I did that, and it ended up getting like something like 400 views, nothing crazy. But like that was like, whoa, like that was like crazy to me. And then a couple like days later, I did like some sort of weird like meme completion. I downloaded a special app on my phone, and then I started like people are actually watching this. Like if it got like 1 viewer, 2 viewers, I probably wouldn't have kept doing it. But it was getting like 20, 30, 40, 50 people, which 50 people is a lot. If anyone given a presentation in front of 50 people is a lot. Yeah. So definitely with this, that, and then so I guess in terms of what inspired me, it's just YouTube has been a thing. It's like what inspires people to want to go into Hollywood.
Yeah.
The fame is nice, the element of it is nice. I think honestly learning the whole like how to make people's day a little better, I like that. And I think just learning how to do this new medium is really exciting. It really does. I'm more excited about learning sometimes than the actual videos and performance itself. But I think that's a good answer. It's a somewhat unique answer.
Like YouTube started off like almost like not like content based, not trying to make like TV, like you said. It was just like fun family or like content where you just like mess around and like
it's more of a entertainment all around zone. Like people weren't just there to like it's not just cat videos anymore. It's actual high grade production entertainment.
Yeah, like Mr. Beast, like a massive like studio and stuff, like editing. Like whoa, it's like it's evolved so much. But yeah, it's as I've said, I'm a big fan of yours, and I've like seen you like grow over time. And like, when was like the transition when you thought like I seen like Sacred Bricks and like TD Bricks where like they did that change and they got millions of subscribers and they did like these high fast content videos. So when did it really hit you to be like, let's try and do that instead of like what you were doing before?
So 2 factors were coming up. So I really started seriously considering this around the summertime of last year, summer 21. I was doing the podcast series. I was uploading every day. I hadn't missed an upload for more than 2 days for like effectively 2 years at that point. 3 years at that point. I was uploading through a lot of 2020, through most of through all of 21, and through a lot of 22 up until like literally like around that September. And a couple things were happening. The channel growth was going really well. I was getting like I think I was getting around 4,000 subscribers a month. It was very consistent. It was very predictable. And my issue was I was running out of content to do. I could do set reviews. I could do this, but it wasn't any content. And I could do news, especially towards the end. I was really picking up in news. But it was a lot of factors. I was worried Lego just is not going to pull their weight when it comes to news. And people aren't going to watch that video. So my entire channel will be dependent on whatever Lego's dropping. And if they decide to drop a wave of boring sets, like for instance, the new UCS, it's going to be a sail barge. People aren't going to be that interested in that. I mean, maybe people will be interested in the sail barge for the figures. But broadly speaking, Lego is just choosing things that people don't want to watch as much. So that was an element of it that I considered. And a couple other elements are, I think the real like realization was when I saw, I believe TD Bricks or Sacred. I think I don't know which of them went trending first. And YouTube, like my cap, I'm like, if I hit 100,000, that's like whoa, that's huge. I never thought I'd hit 100,000. 100,000 was like not even in my ballpark. I thought maybe like one day I'll have like around 400,000. But then I see TD over here. I think he gets like 1 million, close to 1 million subscribers. He's on trending. I think that is incredible, and I think it's great. I really think, you know, Lego being a big part of the YouTube space, I think it's been a long time coming, and I just think the entertainment hasn't. I think a huge credit to Sacred, who actually invented this. Even TD will credit him with that. Sacred for really inventing this fast-paced style, and Generic Stud to an extent. They both tried to just make it pure entertainment, and I think that's a good model. I think Lego is supposed to be an entertaining thing you do to show people little tips and tricks on what they could do, see what you could build. It's a really, you know, the sky is the limit. It is like physical Minecraft, and I think it's cooler than Minecraft, obviously. So there's that element of it all. And that was really, I was like, you know what? I want to switch. I can't keep up with this daily upload thing. I want to try this. My first 2 videos I did completely by myself. Or like 4, actually I did 4 videos in this style. I did completely by myself. And it was a hard transition, and it's really hard to break out of that. But once you do it, it was well worth it. I think the Star Wars video that I made every movie in video was the first to really blow up. And then, like, you know, I did a Clone Army one for 7 days. That one really well, and we're working on some big stuff soon. But yeah. So I guess that's probably the answer to that.
So I feel like there's like 2 sides of Lego Star Wars. Is like the more like everyone Sacred Bricks, like I would say include yourself now into, and then there's like I call it the M&R side of things. So it's like the news and a bit more older fans. Where I feel like how you've switched now, everyone can like now watch it. But before it was like M&R was like the mega fans, the people that wanted to know everything about it, like the news and stuff, not just like, you know, some kid on the internet.
I mean, there's that. Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, there's that element of it too, where like when it comes to the very specific stuff, and I was getting a little frustrated with the regular community as a whole, because it's more because of dumb things. Like I don't like to throw shade around them. You know, everyone's obviously entitled to their own opinion, but at the end of this day, this is like it's a toy, so like you don't need to get all up in arms about it. It was the things like that I see, like why the space would never grow. I would see. Like people were generally closed off in the you know regular community. Now it's great. We have a whole group chat with all like the major creators. We have like 20 something people in there. It's really cool, and everyone like to bounce off each other, give each other ideas. And there just wasn't any of that feedback loop that you had, and this was something I didn't understand when I was breaking onto the scene, because you think, you know, like in 2020, because I was the first one to really kind of I don't know. I'd like to think I was like during COVID, I was probably one of the first breakout creators of COVID in the Lego space, because there had pretty much been the same people, relatively speaking. There were a couple other people, Holly on Film, Emmasaurus, all great people. I love them a lot. They're great channels. SW Bricks and Fix, he's still out there. He's doing great too. He's in the chat. I think a couple of them are too. And yeah, so like great people. I wasn't. But you know, in terms of where am I going with this?
Sorry,
I just kind of lost myself there. But I just really wasn't a fan of the closed offness. It's like they have this new thing, like with the 212 troopers, how like the visors like not exactly there. I just think it's so like ridiculous. Like that's like
just enjoy that you've got the clone.
Like yeah, it's stuff like that just kind of would frustrate me. And like this, and it was like minor stuff. It was like, oh, people like the set numbers and like all this stuff. Like you don't need to get that specific with things. I think it makes it less appealing to the common person. And if I was someone trying to break into the Lego Star Wars community, if I was someone that just wanted to enjoy Lego Star Wars content, I watch all of this content, and like nobody would know what I'm talking about outside of the community. So you have a cap. You're only limited to so many people. When I do a leak video, most people in the world don't even understand what that means. Like Lego leaks, like what? So like there's probably a cap of like maybe 150, 200,000 people that actually care about that. At least in my opinion. I could be wrong.
Yeah. Like I like had Lego when I was younger, and I kind of like faded away. But when I got back into it, like I think like 3 years ago now, and I started watching you, MNR and stuff like, and I didn't got a clue where they're going about leaks and stuff, and it took me like a month or two to actually really get it, and I couldn't enjoy the videos. So I was like, and yeah, sorry, I really just didn't know what what was going on about, like you said. Um, and yeah, I just don't understand it. Like with you, with your channel and stuff, you obviously done it for quite a long time. What like tips would you give to like people that say like wanting to start a YouTube channel? What would you like give to them?
You see, starting a YouTube channel is really hard today. I mean, the way I started, I probably got in at like, maybe I got in at the last bit. I don't know. For when it comes to like, you could be an amateur creator. I think you could still be an amateur creator and do decently, but it's a lot harder. Maybe. Again, I haven't been an amateur creator in a while. It probably since, and the platform's changed dramatically. I guess there's the main concern and the minor concern. The main concern, in my opinion, I tell this to everyone, is make content you yourself would enjoy and watch.
Yeah.
If you find yourself getting bored watching your videos, then it's not going to do well. You could upload it if you want to do it for yourself or your family or whatever. And I tell this to some people who are like, I want to start a YouTube channel. Never go into it for the money. First off, it's just a bad idea. If you want to go into something for money, go into a money industry. You don't go into YouTube for money. It's a dumb thing. And if you just want to make a family video or just something you want to see, like rewatch of yourself, okay, that's fine. If you're here to be a YouTuber, you have to put in a lot of work. You have to devote yourself to it. And that's something you really have to put in the effort, and you learn and watch tons of videos of creators. Don't watch like their actual entertainment content. Watch the behind the scenes. Watch like things like this where we talk about that. Watch interviews with Mr. Beast. I do that all the time. Read books about, psychological habits. I'd strongly recommend doing all that type of stuff. It would help a ton.
It's like personally, I've started my channel like it was like a year and a half ago now. Today I've hit 1,000 slubs.
Ooh, congratulations!
Subs. Thanks. Yeah, I did a live stream on it today.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, thanks.
Wow, 1,000 subs is big. Congratulations. That's really big.
Yeah, so
1,000 I still think is the hardest. 1,000 is the hardest. Thanks. And that's someone who now is 100,000.
Yeah, so I think this is incredible how like I feel like the Lego community is like so kind. Like one of my questions is how has the Lego community been to you? But in my experience, it's been so kind. Like I interviewed 2 other people who were just so kind. Yeah, I just really appreciate it. But like in the space now, back to like how it's different, I would say like the way I get views in is like YouTube Shorts. Long form content is really difficult to like pump out and get views in. I wouldn't say I'm the best at it. I'm now going to try and transition to more long form content. That's why I'm now doing like this and that. But like YouTube Shorts are like I got like 10,000 views on a video and I literally did like nothing. It's like you can easily pump out views via YouTube Shorts. So I'll go back to the question, like how has the community been to you? Have you really enjoyed it, or like some parts of it you haven't?
I honestly, the community, especially like, so here, I'll kind of introduce this because I don't think many people know about this. We kind of had, and I alluded to it earlier. What I've started is when I first came into the community, I was, I think, at like close to like 40 something thousand, which was big. Like 40,000 is not anything to scoff at. Like, not to like, oh, look how special I am, but more like I think I like to think I have the mind of an entrepreneur, and I'm like, oh, okay, like let's get talking to people. I talk to people below me. I talk to people above me. I want to get involved with everyone. I'm talking to you right now. Yeah. I like talking to people. I like networking with people, and nobody in any space in the community was really like just that open to like, oh, let's give ideas for content to each other. Like I was as far as I'm aware, I was like one of the only like Star Wars channels that was doing the content I was back then. That wasn't, say, like MNR, Solid Bricks, or any of those guys. Like that was at that kind of mid-range size. Like they were pretty much up here. I was like down here, but like it wasn't an insignificant amount. It was still, I had a loyal fan base. I was getting 10,000 views a video, 15, 20,000, and that's a day. And I really had no one to talk to about it. So what I've started is I started a Discord chat. And we have a lot of up and coming creators who are like really good at making content. And we also have a lot of people who are like really big in the community. I mean, we gotta have 20 members by now. And what we do is we'll just talk. Like Generic Step and I were just talking about like something, and we get to talk to each other. Daily Tactics, Brick Tactical, TD Bricks, Tommy C Bricks, Danny Bob, all these people. This was really an idea. Danny Bob, I, and Mike and Ike, if you know who those people are.
Yeah.
We started a little like just group chat where we talk about YouTube stuff. And then it grew into Sacred, and we brought Sacred on, and then all of a sudden it just blew up. We had the B3, all these guys. RJM is now in there. Generic's now in there. We have a bunch of people for everyone knowing who I'm talking about. And we all just will bounce ideas off each other, and we'll give people suggestions. And I think that if you've noticed, Lego content overall has been performing much better. And I think us combining all of our shared wisdom makes the YouTube Lego space do much better. So I think it's great.
Yeah, thank you for even like expanding it, because like even now like more people then get into Lego content and stuff, and that will eventually bang on to like smaller creators like me, obviously. And that like
I just want to say something, because if you're a small creator, I mean, I haven't looked at your channel yet. We have like a minor screening process, and like ask everyone, like if add people. But like if you're a small creator and you're ready to get dedicated to this, we'll have you in. We'll add you into this. You know, we want to include as many people as possible who are ready to get involved, who are in the Lego space. You got to prove yourself a little bit first. We're not looking for subscriber count. We're looking at content.
Yeah, I feel like personally like, my content has not been the best. Like I've got like 23 views average, so I'm really trying to now hit that mark of like getting that content good so that people will watch it, because at the moment it's like the odd few people. But yeah, so I'm really trying to now. But yeah,
it's like my buddy Mike and Ike. I love the guy to death. He I think he's at like 4,000 now. He was at like 1,000. He was hovering at 1,000 for a really long time. And he has fantastic content. He has amazing editing skills. But we have him in there. He's really good at what he does. And we're trying, you know, I'm trying to boost him. I'm not trying to boost him. I'm trying to like give him like encouragement and suggestions. I think I'm going to be in one of his next videos. It's really exciting to see like creators that are like blow up, but he also has a good idea. He studies this stuff a lot. He's very dedicated to it.
Yeah. I was gonna say now, I completely forgot out my head. I'll go to the next question then. What's your opinion on then like the Lego Star Wars like helmet sets and stuff? Like, what is like your opinion on the new ones out, like the Cody and Rex?
Obviously, I love the new ones. I'm a Clone Wars junkie. I guess that would be the word for it. I love the Clone Wars. I have the whole clone battle. I literally have an entire like row of ATTEs. We have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 down there. Clone Wars junkie. Very excited about clone helmets. Helmets as a whole, I'm like mostly on board with helmets. I get it. Lego should be putting minifigures in them. Like just put a minifigure like with it.
Yeah. Like
there should be a little Captain Rex minifigure in there. There should be like the Dark Trooper. The Dark Trooper one I hate with a passion. I think it's the dumbest helmet. Why? It's a head. That the only thing like Lego makes some questionable choices. That was an awful choice. They could have done anything from the Mandalorian. Don't do that. That was awful.
Yeah.
Just minor Dark Trooper diss right there.
And they said, I remember like watching a video about it, and they said the creator said, "What about doing a C-3PO like head and stuff?" And they said, "We're not doing droids, but they can do it for the Dark Trooper." It's like, what?
The droid.
It's like,
is that true? Did that really happen?
I think so. I was like, I was watching like, I can't remember what video it was, but yeah, I think that was. It was like that's why I haven't got a C-3PO or like R2-D2, because it was like droids. We're not doing droid helmets.
It's basically a helmet. It's just as much of a helmet as Darth Vader's. Like,
yeah, it's got a tiny little brain cell in there.
Yeah, that's dumb. I don't like that.
Yeah. What is your favorite Lego set and why? And like your favorite minifigure into that?
Favorite minifigure is the Swedish Chef. I have a spiritual attachment to the Muppets. So like, and like when the Muppets CMF, like I remember sitting in my classroom. I was in class and the rumor came out for it, and I was like about to like scream like for joy, but like I couldn't because I was in like an accounting class or something. So I just and then I immediately went to my buddy and I'm like, and literally all my friends were sending it to me because they all knew like oh, we know you love the Muppets. Like my buddy brother from another brick. The first conversation we ever had, I joined in one of his live streams. He was like, I was talking about Lego Muppets and he sends this to me and he's like, well, look, it's here. And I'm like, I'll tell you exactly what minifigures will come in the set. And I was 99% or I was like 94% on accurate. The runs they didn't include that I thought they would. They included Bunsen Honeydew, which I was a little shocked by, not too shocked by, because I thought they would like, he's more obscure. They would have thrown in like Sam Eagle or something, and Scooter should have been in there. Scooter should have been in there.
He's on the laptop.
They put Janice in. Nobody wanted Janice. That was dumb. They just needed to have like be inclusive and whatever. But like they're Muppets. I don't care. So that's favorite minifigure. Favorite set will always and forever be the UCS Falcon, unless they come out with something. Unless they do a Muppet Theater. If they do a Muppet Theater set. But until then, it's the UCS Falcon. Just it's a beautiful, gorgeous set. It's a great model. Enough said.
I'm gonna really try and push my limits here. Like, do you have any future video ideas or plans that you could like tell us a little about?
So okay, I'll tell you about the next video. If you want.
Yeah.
So we're working on this one now. It's like halfway done edited. Cursed Lego Star Wars minifigures. People love the cursed video. I think it got like 1.5 million views now, which that's beyond.
It's hard to think about the people in your mind. It's like, whoa.
Like 1 million people. Like I don't even know if there's any rooms that fit 1 million people. Like
whenever I hit like a subscriber mark, I search up like 1,000 people, and it's like whoa, 1 million. It's like, yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. So we do. So that was really well. So like I want to do a Star Wars version because Star Wars is my thing. I also do want to get back more into Star Wars content. I think the last 4 or almost 5 videos now haven't been Star Wars, so I definitely need to get back into the Star Wars grind of things. Here, let me look. I'm curious now. So not Star Wars, not Star Wars, not Star Wars, not Star Wars. Yeah, it's been like 5 videos since my last Star Wars one. So definitely got to get back on the Star Wars grind. Love Star Wars. I literally, before we got on this call, that was what I was doing. That's why I was like 3 minutes late. I was brainstorming ideas.
Oh yeah, sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, go for it.
No, so I was saying sorry, interrupt. Like your brainstorming and stuff like ideas. It's like sorry.
I'm sorry.
Like sorry to interrupt like your brainstorming and like what you were doing.
Oh yeah, no, you're not interrupting at all. No, that's no. You're fine. I told you this time. You're not interrupting. I gave you this time. So like I have a couple Star Wars ideas in mind. I don't want to throw them out there yet because I don't want people to expect it if I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah. But yes, like what was your first Lego Star Wars set, if you can remember?
It was this one right here. This was my first Lego Star Wars set. It was the Microfighter Millennium Falcon. We went into a Barnes and Nobles, and I'm like, yo, it has Han Solo. And I was in the middle of like watching the original trilogy at that point. It was around 2014, and it was cheap, and it was $10. And my mom said yes. So, that was my first Lego Star Wars set, and it has created an unhealthy addiction. So.
Yeah. What are your opinion on like YouTube Shorts? Because like especially like I said before, small creators like use them so much. I got like to contact with other very small creator like 2,000 subs, and I've been talking to him, and he's like he only does YouTube Shorts. He's done like 5 actual proper long form videos out of his like 200, and he just does do shorts. So what's your like your opinions on them? Do you like them? Do you think they're good? Do you think like what?
So here's the thing. So like on like a personal level, I'm not a big fan of shorts. Now this is because I think it just is bad for the like population. You're decreasing everyone's attention span, and it's not particularly useful stuff. Like this is why I love YouTube, is because you get to go on YouTube and it will be entertaining, and you also get to learn some things. With shorts, I feel like a lot of it's just kind of brainless stuff, and it's an algorithm recommending you things, so you keep scrolling and you're not getting much out of it. So there's that end of it, but also I want to be able to, reaching the most eyeballs is part of the job. So I like have done shorts and stuff, and I've tried to do reels. I can't record them. I'm not creative when it comes to doing I know some people who are really good at it, Lego Danny Bob. She's fantastic. Emma Source, they're fantastic at it. I can't get into it. Like I can't sit. I've done one where it was like things in like your Lego room or something. Like every Lego room has this thing, and it was just me showing it and like doing this. I can't get into it. I see the appeal. I fully do. I've gotten like sucked down one or two of those like TikTok rabbit holes. As YouTube, as a creator, I think it's good for creators. I think it's a great way for people to get started as YouTubers without necessarily having to like have extra platforms. Because that was how I initially got my first base of videos of views. Is because nobody would have seen the video otherwise. I would share it on my Instagram. I'd share it with all my friends. But like for people who don't have Instagram or don't have other platforms, it's a good way to get yourself launched in the in this sphere. Yeah, I think YouTube's algorithms recommendations are certainly weaker than TikTok's. TikTok certainly has better algorithms in terms of recommendation. I think like I'll go through shorts sometimes just out of curiosity, and some of the stuff they put in there is just kind of weird. Like I don't get some of the stuff, and some of it's really random. So like they need to work on the algorithm with it for a bit. I'm happy that they're adding shorts monetization. Better than TikTok. People should be using YouTube Shorts more. That is just a position I have.
Yeah, like
relative to TikTok. Overall, they shouldn't be using it, but you know,
like different like social media platforms, like Instagram. Like, what ones do you really like? Which one do you dislike more? And like, which ones have you not been on yet?
Well, YouTube's my favorite. That goes without saying. YouTube's fantastic. No problems with YouTube. I think it's a great resourceful website where you get to learn lots of things. And I think the recommendations are actually pretty spot on when it comes most of the time when it comes to recommending you content that is actually valuable. Instagram is kind of a huge time waster. Most social media is a huge time waster, but Instagram especially is a huge time waster. But it's a good time waster. So I at least like the platform. I think it's good to use. I don't have much of an opinion on Facebook. TikTok, it's a spy operation, and I don't like that so many people are on it. It's not good for people, generally speaking. You're not getting any valuable information, like I said, with shorts. It's the same thing, basically. So there's my social media opinions. Twitter's fun to look at. I don't post on Twitter very much, but I have one. So if anyone wants,
Okay, like on it and like follow it.
Follow it. Yeah, there you go.
I was gonna say now, yeah. With like your religion and stuff, does that affect you, like how your content is put out, like a positive attitude, like trying to make people stay happier? For me, I want to like make content so people enjoy it, make the day just slightly bit more better than how it would have been.
With my what?
Like your religion, does it like affect your like video content or anything?
It doesn't affect it too much. I mean, so I'm Jewish, so we're not allowed to work on Saturdays. So that obviously creates some weird territory because like technically I'm pretty sure I build Lego sets, which isn't working, but like I use the sets in videos. But that other than that, it's hard because I'd say if anything affects it more, it's just being in high school. Because in high school, that like sucks up the majority middle portion of your day, and most of the time by the time you're done with it, you're pretty tired, but you still have to do the video. And then I have Sundays to work with. So like this Sunday, I did a huge shoot day. I recorded pretty much an entire video in the whole day. That was superhuman. I don't know how I did that looking back. I rely a lot on Sundays. I rely a lot on afternoons, obviously. I'm happy to represent, especially, and this is something I was talking about with the B3. He did a thing in one of his videos where, like it was on Christmas, and he actually brought up, the relevant parts of Christmas for, the people who celebrate it. And I was like, I really respect that. I think that kids out there who are, young Christians or young Jews should get to see like people who actually, practice their faith in media. I think it's important.
I feel like especially nowadays, like the diversity of people, I think is really good how it's like grown over time, like people from different races, religions. I felt that could help like future people. So yeah. Oh god, questions keep flying out of my head. I was gonna say now. Oh god. Oh, I literally had it in my head just a second ago. Really sorry.
No, don't worry, I get it.
Yeah.
I'm
what? What editing software do you use? Do you have like any people hired or like something like that?
So I have an editor. His name is James or Blitzbricks. Great guy. I like him a lot. I'm supposed to be calling him this afternoon probably to talk the next video, which might be coming out this Sunday. We'll wait and see. I'm not too sure. Yeah, so what we'll do is like it works really great. So he's really good at editing, and what we'll do is I'll hop on like a Discord call with him, and we'll just talk. And I'll screen the video, and I'll tell him, okay, change this, do this. Here's some notes. And I'll like tell him what he needs to throw in, and he's really good. I don't know the software he uses, but I personally recommend Adobe software is generally. Yeah.
Yeah. With like the Muppets, how many Muppets do you buy, or like an estimate when it was released?
Okay. So when it was released, I bought like 30. I saw that in the video. That was before it was released, actually. Now I have about however many that is. You could zoom in on that in the video. So let's do some math. So 36. So then we got 2 full sealed boxes that I bought. So that's what. Let's do some math here. So that's what 60. So that's 64. And then that. We probably have close to like 100 something sealed Muppets, give or take. And then we have a bunch of opened ones, probably close to like, I think we have around 30 actually opened ones, 30, 34, give or take. That's a really random number. I don't know why I just said 34. But we have a handful of open ones. I'm going to move that back. Yeah.
If you were a Lego Star Wars designer, what Lego Star Wars set would you make?
Oh, that's a good question. I would here. So this is like completely outlandish and will never happen. So the Master Builder series set, like you have Master Builder series, Cloud City, and Cantina. So I'd do something like that, but like the Siege of Mandalore.
Oh, wait a second. Internet just went then. Could you say that again? Sorry, my internet just went.
I would do like a Siege of Mandalore version of that, where you have like the throne room, the prison. You have Darth Maul, Ahsoka, Rex, Jesse, all the troopers. You would have all the Mandalorians, Bo-Katan, Garth Saxon. Did I say Ahsoka? Probably. Just all those guys, and it would be epic, and you'd have that. And then I'd just do a bunch of sets like that. So I do like a Battle of Geonosis, and it comes with like all the Jedi in the Geonosis arena. Like it would be wild. But that's like those are like high in the sky like dreams. Yeah, I guess that would be the answer.
Yeah, like
realistically, the set I want the most that I think is practical is Captain Rex's Y-Wing, the blue one. I just think it needs to be made. The fact that it has been made, like this is something I posted on Twitter and Instagram, and it went viral. It got like 10,000 likes or something, or 14,000, which is a lot for Instagram. And I was like, how is it that Lego is able to put this N1 Starfighter thing out in like 5 minutes after it shows up in the show, but it's taken them now 3 years to put out Captain Rex's Y-Wing?
Yeah, like I was gonna say, my next question was like Captain Rex Y-Wing, because I used to watch a lot of your like new shows and stuff, and like about the Y-Wing. If like the Y-Wing, like practical, realistically, would you like, what figures would you have in it? And like with the new like helmet holes with the clone troopers, would you be okay with that Rex, or would you prefer like how it always used to be?
I'm not one of these helmet hole clone hawkish people. I get it. It doesn't affect me that much. Like I will survive. I'm just like at this point, just stay consistent with the clone design, please. They've been doing a good job so far. I'm proud of them. They haven't swapped up the design a million ways. They've settled on this 2020 style. I'm not the biggest fan of it. I prefer the 2014 style, but just stay consistent at this point. Stop adding things to it. Like, it's gonna be frustrating because if they do end up changing the holes, there are gonna be some clones with holes up here and some clones with holes down here, and there's some clones with no holes, and it's just gonna be a mess. And I streamline it, make them consistent across all things. This was, I think, the thing that frustrated me most about the new packaging they just did, where it's like they have the little guy in the corner and the stripe. I just would have preferred it if they just kept the white thing with the white background box. That looks so much better. If they just kept that, I'd be down. That looks so good. I don't know why they changed it. like the one on five.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
I was discussing with like this person. I was like 2,000 subs. I'll probably put his like channel there. But like we was discussing about the helmet holes, and he was like, why wouldn't they put the helmet holes for like Captain Rex where he needs the visor, or like, the new heavy troopers that I've got over there? But like the ones that don't need it,
because they made it with the intent for Commander Cody, and they didn't want to get a new visor mold, which I mean, understandable, fair enough. So you look at that, and it works really well on Commander Cody. That's the answer. I mean, that's why they did it that way. I'd assume, because if you put it like down here, like where the ears are or whatever, on Commander Cody, it would have been too short. His face would have looked too small.
Yeah, you have to like lift up slightly and then be interact and then all this and the other. What are your? I get a lot of this question loads on my like live streams, and I get new people and stuff. What is your opinions on fake Lego and like Clone Army customs, like fake base plates? Like, do you like?
Well, okay. There are two categories. There's custom Lego and there's fake Lego.
Yeah,
so if we're talking Lepin and the Chinese stuff, it's not my favorite. I prefer real Lego. I understand. I do feel bad. Like, not everyone can afford Lego. Or afford like these clone armies and stuff. And really, Lego should be putting out more product and making clones more available. Do you know how many loads and oodles of dollars they would make if they literally just put out a clone minifigure armory pack? Like, have you ever seen those Lego City Fun packs where it's like summer fun and they have like 10 or 12 minifigures in there, and they all like, do you know how much money Lego would make on that if they did like a clone variant of that, or 501st variant of that, where they threw in like, I don't know, 10 clone trooper variant minifigures, and they just did some minor accessories, and it was like a $30-$40 set. I think you get away with charging $40 for that. People would buy hundreds of those. I would buy hundreds of those.
But I guess it's like Lego owning Bricklink in the aftermarket, so like maybe they want them to cost more, so they get that. I don't know.
I don't think that's it. I think it's just it's more reserving the price and exclusivity of like licensed minifigures. I think that's really it. Which I think in the long run, I think the more you provide to people, the more money they'll spend on it. Generally speaking, like you don't have to lack in the minifigure department. I know I generally speaking have an idea of what the process is to design non-molded minifigures. So we're talking about like something with special molds. That's completely different. You need special molding machines, but if you're not making anything new, you're just recoloring or retexturing a minifigure, or retexturing. You're swapping up the printing. You don't need to do much for that. So I think it's really dumb. Like for the clone troopers, all you literally need to do is just do a quick color swap. It's not hard. So it's frustrating. I think Lego should make things more available, so that way people don't have to resort to knockoffs. And Clone Army Customs, I fully support them. I like custom companies, no problem there. Yeah. I use some of them in my videos. This guy is a custom printed torso. It's a custom molded head. The rest of him's Lego, but
with the like you said, color swapping on the clones, and it sparked a question. Like there was like that Lego set as like the Beetle car, and they just swapped the colors for it. Yes. So would you like to see that for like, I know, the Slave one? I'm a huge Jango Fett fan. I haven't actually got the figure, sadly, but I got the Christmas one a few days back, and I love it. I'm really disappointed we haven't seen a Slave one, Jango Fett Slave one. And would you really like to see recolors?
I fully agree. I think they should do a Jango Slave one, but I don't think a color swap's necessarily the best thing, because like it completely changes up the set. You need to change out the figures. You can't just put the same figures in a different set. Like with the color swapped one, all you had to do was color swap the painting and the actual bricks. With this, you'd be like completely re-engineering the set. But I am on board with a Jango Slave one. Personally, I'm not a new fan of the new Slave one. That's why I have this one back here, actually. This is the 2019 one. I like those Slave ones more, so do one like that. I don't like the little dinky small one. I mean, I get the appeal for it, but like, there's no the Carbonite's small, and Boba Fett like he barely fits in there. I'd prefer like just a normal playset. Like that one can hold Han Solo. It gets everything you want out of a Slave one in it, pretty much. I'd like some maybe more sitting room. But outside of that, that would be my opinion on that. Hello?
Yeah, the internet just went then. Are
Oh,
you there?
yes, I'm here.
Alright, hi. Yeah, like I think that's the slave one I've got. I got that one, and it's like
Oh,
local
sorry,
shop.
Boba Fett's Starship. My bad.
Oh yeah, not the slave one. I can't say that now.
Right. Slave is offensive. It's like we didn't like find out what the franchise is called. Star Wars. It's Wars.
Like, what is
Yes.
your opinion on
Wait
like
till you get the Wars.
the slave one and stuff? That's ridiculous. For like my opinion
Yeah.
is ridiculous for the Boba Fett Starship. So like in the new Jabba's sales barge, we've had leaks of that. What do you think? Like the slave layer, do you think they should add that, or like what is your opinion on that?
Add it. No objection. Of course, add it. I have, it's a UCS set. You're advertising it towards adults. We're all mature here. Yeah, just throw it in, even if it's not an adult set. Like, come on. The movie's rated PG-13. We'll be fine.
Yeah.
I think it's actually rated PG. I actually think it's rated PG. I take that back. So like it was approved by them. So Lego, come on, let's get serious for a second. It's a dumb controversy. All right.
In the UK, quite recently, we've had like loads more brick fests, and what you're saying,
Yes.
when I've been to, like, I went one like last Saturday to London, made a video on it.
Yeah, I know a couple of people that have been going to those. SW Bricks and Figs, I know, has gone to a few. Lego Brick. I was talking to him this morning. I need him. So in the UK, you guys have those magazines, which I mean.
Oh yeah, I've got one right here actually. Oh, we just grab it. Yeah. So you have this.
Yeah. So I've been having. Do you know Red Bricks Productions?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, he used to edit for me for a while. He's been collecting things for me since 2021, since 2022. Look at that.
Yeah.
So he's been collecting these for me, like the magazines, so I could have one of each. And then by the end of the year, he was supposed to send them over. But then you guys had some sort of weird shipping thing over there, and he just has been inactive on Instagram. So I told the Lego Brick to peer pressure him or cyberbully him into sending them to me. So I'm waiting to hear for a response because I'm like, I need to pay him for it. I'm like, tell him. I actually told him, tell him how much I need to pay him so he could send them over. But yeah. So I've been hearing about that a lot. What were you saying? I'm sorry.
And it's like, would you like to see like foil packs like this? I've got one on the floor. In like the American like magazines, would you like to see that a lot, or would you like how it is and like keep it in Europe?
No, I actually like segregating all of the good and affordable products away from America. No, that's okay. Yeah, bring them here. I don't know why they're not here. Bring them here. It's so dumb. I don't get this whole like we can't have them in America thing. Like, come on, like this is so dumb. I genuinely don't get it. Do they know how much money they would make?
Like I'm in the UK, so like it cost me like £3 just to buy a magazine, and I got like 4 of these, and I've built like a tiny little army just so I have them.
£4. What's that? $5? $4?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're getting a good deal. Like any Star Wars minifigure you get under $5, I think even including battle pack figures is probably a good deal.
Yeah.
Maybe not battle pack figures, but like that one, like Mando, that Mando, that's a great deal. It was in a $60 set. Yeah, no brainer.
And like I feel like an investment side is really good since I got them for like £3. Why I say that I got them for £3. Ever since then, they've like doubled their price now, like £7-ish, and I can see them going higher in the future.
Wait, did they actually double the price there? Like
I was at the last Brickfest and they were selling them for like £7. Well, I got that for free.
Brickfest doesn't count. Brickfest, they're like just they always jack up prices at Lego conventions. I was at one, they were charging like $50 for the Final First Battle Pack. Like, no.
What? I know, but like on eBay as well, I've just seen it around. It was like, whoa. Yeah. What's your like opinions on like army building? Like I know you very dislike the Bomb Squad Trooper that I'm very offended of since that's my logo.
Wow. You know that? How did you know that?
Well, I told you, being fans is like two fat like 25,000, and I've like sat in my bed, and you're like,
Yeah,
reviewing.
like Danny mom. We were at Brickford, Virginia, and she's like, so like, why do you hate the Bomb Squad troopers? Because her like she calls her fans the Bob Squad, and it's like the Bob Squad, and I'm like, well, because they're terrible. Like there were like two of them that showed up in the entire show, and when you would build the armies back then, you would have a great army full of lots of amazing troopers. You'd have 501st troopers and 212 troopers and all stuff, and then you'd have like this thing. You have the cool Horn Company troopers, and then you have an army of a bunch of orange troopers you don't want, and that you will occasionally sub in the torsos for 212 helmets. Like you'll just put 212 helmets on them and pretend it's not there, and you always are left over with these parts, and they just look like a sore eye in all. They're just an eyesore in all of the clone armies, in my opinion. That is, this is my one controversial Star Wars take. Like that's the one stupid complaint I have.
You can send,
but other than that, I'm a clone army building fan.
You can send all your bomb squads over to me if you want.
Okay. Maybe if you like pay for them, but I don't have that many left. I only have like 4. So
yeah.
4 is enough. That's how many I need. Maybe 6. So like maybe I need to actually no, I have like 6. I gotta have 6. I don't know. I haven't done a clone army video in forever. I gotta do that. I just don't know how. I want to do it a creative way. That's part of what I was brainstorming. I'm like, so here, I want to hear your thoughts on this. So I have a video idea here, and it's $1 versus $1,000 Lego Star Wars Army. I don't know if that would be good or not, but like, so like I do a $1 one, and I show you what $10 could get you, and what $20 could get you. So like that would be the thing, and I just gradually move up the price, and then I build eventually $1,000 army. So I thought that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, I think that'd be pretty cool. I don't really know that much about it, but yeah, I feel like that would be really interesting for like the Star Wars fans. Like I love watching clone army buildings. I like sometimes when I get bored, I just watch them. So personally, I will be watching that video. But so yeah, like yeah,
I'm friends with the largest clone army builder in the world, Bruce.
Yeah.
We did a video together. He's a I'd say we're buddies at this point. I talk to him all the time. He just got married. Yeah, like he'd come to me with like you got any news on the 212 battle pack? I'm like, nah, bro. This is just what I heard. He was asking me if I should buy. They're doing a 212 foil packs. I'm like, listen, either way, that's gonna be a better deal than whatever they put out. Even if it's a $15 minifigure pack with only 212 troopers, which it won't be probably. You're still getting a better deal with the packs because you're going to get 3 straight 212 troopers. So that's how you're going to build the army of those.
Yeah, as soon as they come out in the UK, I'm gonna be looking for all these magazines and like buying them from all these different shops. Yeah, like how I did with the Mandy Battle Packs. Yeah, I feel like, especially in Europe, for me, like me to go to my local shops to find them, I feel a bit disappointed. Like they were released on that day and they wouldn't come out until like a week later. I was like, what?
Yeah, stores aren't like always great at stocking. This was something I dealt with when I was a kid. Like they'd have release days, and then I go to Walmart or Target. My Walmart doesn't like. They're Walmart employees. They don't really care. So like, it'll come out at some point.
And like, not a Lego Star Wars question, but that's like an interesting question. In the UK, Prime is like crazy at KSI, Logan Paul.
Logan Paul Prime or oh, okay. I thought you were talking Amazon Prime.
Yeah, like the Prime bottles. I've got 2 upstairs in my display because it's like not upstairs there. Like they are absolutely everywhere. People sell them like at school and stuff. So how is it like? Are you like watching us going like, what the hell? Or is it like
Prime? I was in the mall once and they were selling it at one of those trend stores. That's the only time I've ever seen it for sale. I very much considered getting it like just as a gag in a video. But like I don't drink soda that much. So is it soda? Soda, right?
It's like an energy drink. I tried like 2 of them. They're not really like fizzy. It's
like Gatorade.
It's like yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know, something like that. I'll try it at some point, maybe. We'll see.
Yeah, I was wondering, cause like in the UK, it's like massive. So like, as soon as it comes in stock,
my buddy likes them, so maybe.
Yeah, I was just wondering. Do you know like the buildable characters and stuff? Yeah. Do you think Lego will ever build like a YouTuber, like do like YouTuber? Like I think like to like Fortnite and they have like those skins. Do you think there'll ever be like a YouTuber like Lego set?
I wouldn't be shocked at some point if there's like a YouTube related Lego set. Like if they do, I wouldn't be shocked if Mr. Beast had a Lego set at some point in time. This is how I see it happening. So you could come back and pull this clip out and put it up when it does happen. I wouldn't be shocked if someone submits like here's what's gonna happen probably. One of my buddies in like that group chat, like Generic or one of us, is gonna like make a custom Mr. Beast Lego set, and then someone's gonna put it on Lego Ideas, and then Lego Idea it's going to go in there because like I made Mr. Beast Lego set. That sounds like a fun video actually. And then it will get maybe approved one day. We'll see. I think I think that Mr. Beast would probably have an appetite for it, and 100 million views. He's got a lot of people watching him.
Yeah.
So that would do very well as a Lego set. So yeah, I think at some point, Mr. Beast, he's a very uncontroversial figure. I don't think it would go anything beyond Mr. Beast. Like they never go and do PewDiePie, or they never do a YouTuber CMF series, or do Lego YouTubers. Unfortunately, but like I could see them doing a Mr. Beast, a Ryan's toy review, maybe. I don't know, like that type of thing. More of the
big,
maybe,
like massive.
Maybe Dude Perfect. Yeah, that would be a stretch though.
Yeah. If like for example, like a Lego Star Wars CMF ever did like whack around somewhere, what would be your top 3 figures that would have to go in there?
So this one's gonna sound really weird. Nine Numb. They haven't made Nine Numb yet. He's like in all of the trilogies, or he's alive in all of the trilogies, and I want him. I love that man. Pancake face. They need to make him. Make it a special mold. I really don't care what they do with him. I just want him. Other minifigures. It's kind of shocking they haven't done Rise of Skywalker Palpatine. So maybe that. It's a cool figure. I feel like it would be nicer in one of those sets because they really detail him out in CMFs. And then one of the clones. I mean, all of them will be clones in my ideal world, but I'm trying to be rational here. Jesse, I'm fine with. Fives, honestly, I would prefer fives actually. Now that I think about it, fives would be great. We have Echo in the Bad Batch form at least.
Yeah.
So, like,
I already see a five first.
I can get past that. Just some characters they haven't done before. Honestly, Anakin's mom. They haven't made her in Lego. I know it's like boring stuff, but like they should have an official version of some of these people.
Like quite recently, I've been going into like Old Republic, and I've been looking at some of the sets. So I was at Brickfest and I cocked up them like this figure and stuff. So, what do you like Old Republic? Do you like the sets, or do you think like they're ridiculous? Like
I have the Jedi Defender one. I got it on sale at Toys R Us on May the 4th. That red one, the big like hammerhead Corvette looking one. And I have a Darth Revan figure I got like in 2015 or 16. I think it was 2016 during the Rogue One thing promotion. They were handing out Darth Revans for free when you went to the Toys R Us. I think that was the last. I miss Toys R Us. But yeah, that was. I'm not highly opinionated on it. If they do a new game, I might get it. I haven't even played Fallen Order yet, which I know like some people be disappointing because the hair thing. It was like, oh, you look like I've gotten that more times than I probably should. Like, you're a Cal Kestis. Okay. And I haven't played the game yet, so there's that.
Yeah. And then, like, more like on Star Wars content side now, like the sequels and stuff. I was like grown up in the sequels, so it's like quite hard to see me like getting like everyone's like hating the sequels when I would like go to cinemas and it's like the first movie I've seen in the cinemas. I do look back at it and be like, I was just enjoying this a Star Wars movie then, and I was just enjoying it. But now I look back on it, it was like that is pretty ridiculous. Some things they did. So like, what are you like?
I mean, I agree. Every sequel movie I walked out of, I kind of enjoyed. Ironically, other than Force Awakens. Force Awakens is like my least favorite Star Wars movie. It might be one of my least favorite movies of all time. It just frustrates me because it's completely unoriginal. They took no risks. It's the same story as A New Hope. They like do all the cheesy like nostalgia bait. The story wasn't compelling. Like just down the list, Last Jedi at least had something to say. That movie had zero things to say. It was boring as anything. And they killed Han Solo in a really stupid way. It's like and at least Last Jedi, even though I don't like Last Jedi, at least it had things to say and also had Puppet Yoda, which I was happy about because Muppets. It's like Last Jedi I walked out of, I loved it. like, Porgs, cute. Yoda was there, and I wasn't expecting Yoda. So Yoda, that's awesome. I like Luke, and then I thought about it, as time went on, and I guess it's part of like being exposed to people, just like the feedback loop of everyone saying how terrible it was, and then going into Rise of Skywalker, I was like, I don't know what I'm expecting out of this movie, and then I was like, okay, it wasn't terrible. It felt like they were just trying to apologize for the last two movies. The whole time it was like, we're sorry. Here's all the things you love. Here's Han Solo. Sorry about that. Here's Luke Skywalker. He likes being a Jedi now. Also, let's creep you out a little bit with like Carrie Fisher CGI'd onto like, that was weird. It felt like a giant apology tour, which is not the best way to end a saga.
Star Wars, yeah, it's like, especially like the end. I now look back at it, like your point of view. I'm a massive Return of the Jedi Ewok Village type of fan. I've got the Ewok Village.
I don't have the Ewok Village down here, but that was my favorite set as a kid. I got that set. It was the biggest set. Oh my gosh, that was such a cool set.
Yeah, I've literally got like I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, the Ewok Village.
Yeah, and I got all the little miniature sets. That's like my biggest.
How do you get that one?
So when I was like, when I was really young, like I was like 9, I got it for Christmas.
Wow, because that was like retired in like 2014, right? 2014.
Yeah.
So like
I got
that one. Yeah, I got the Ewok Village. When did I get the Ewok Village? I got that I think I got that in 2014. Yeah, I 2014, 2015, somewhere around there. Oh man, that's such a good set. They need to do more like that. Like they need that with Jabba's palace or like stuff like that.
So I was like, like the Ewok Village and stuff. Like at the end of that, you could see all the Ewoks, and they were there again. They're burning the fires. But with like sets, for sets wise, we got the new leaks for the advent calendar Ewok, with like the white one with the green like Christmas tree. Like, do you really like advent calendar? Or like they're okay, or like do you like just get them like for like one minifigure like this year, like the Darth Vader, for example, like the C-3PO?
My bar for advent calendars, it doesn't have the fun exclusive looking Santa figure, because that's all I care about, because they look fun. So like I like the Jango Fett one. I like the Darth Vader one they did. It's kind of getting annoying. I like a lot of the new ones. I think the 2020 one was the best, but that's because it also came alongside that special. And they need to start doing they need to go back to doing Santa variant of each character. I want to see Old Man Santa Luke. I want to see Obi-Wan Santa. I want to see all the characters of Santa. They've done like Darth Vader like 3 times now as the main guy, and it's like,
It's like the Jango.
They've done C-3PO now. I think I don't know. Was C-3PO last year? C-3PO and R2 were last year. Yeah. I'm like trying to think. I don't know what the rumor is for this year. I don't even know if there is one. I know there's an Ewok, but what's the Santa going to be this year? Do you know?
Pardon?
Do you know what the Santa figure is going to be this year, or if there is one?
I don't know. All I've seen is the Ewok. I've been quite busy recently. Yeah, all I saw was the Ewok.
Yeah, that's my bar. My bar is very simple. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's everything. Like, thanks for just like even letting to do this interview, especially like how small I am. You're like 100,000 more than me.
Don't undersell yourself.
I know, but I just generally do really appreciate you. Like my idol. You're the main reason why I started this channel. So yeah, I like, and especially now to hit 100,000. It's like, yeah, I just
listen. I'll give some last minute advice. 1,000 subscribers to this day is the hardest, and it's the hardest because you don't know what you're doing, and it's really hard to get people to take you seriously because look at you only have a couple hundred subscribers. What do you know? And they don't take you as seriously. It's harder for people to watch the videos because generally speaking, they're not as well done. You learn over time. Keep committing yourself. Keep making better and better videos, and you'll make it.
Yeah, I really appreciate that. Thanks. It's like I've been watching you. Like I started getting back into it, and you're like one of the first people to watch. I've kept that bomb squad things ever since then. I was like, I'm gonna get it one day. Yeah, but yeah, like thanks a lot.
Right, no problem.